Greetings and welcome back to the Wild Swans at Coole. In today's video, we are going to discuss the two famous lines from Virginia Woolf's famous essay cum book A Room of One's Own, Chapter 1. The source that I am using, I have already tagged them in the description. You can go and check them and download them. The first quote is available in the PDF format in page 6 and the second quote is from page 7. So let's begin. Before starting, we have to know that A Room of One's Own is an extended essay by Virginia Woolf. It consists of Woolf's two lectures that she gave at Cambridge University in 1928. It is a work of non-fiction, and to write this work of non-fiction, Woolf uses various metaphors, simile, and various fictional characters, imaginary characters, and one of them is the famous Judith Shakespeare's sister, known as Shakespeare's sister. It's an imaginary character. Now, the essay argues that women need financial independence and a private space to be creative and achieve literary potential. Now, so to make people understand her argument, Woolf says that instinct rather than reason came to my help. He was a beadle, I was a woman. This was the turf, there was the path, only the fellows and scholars are allowed here. The gravel is the place for me. Such thoughts were the work of a moment. As I regained the path, the arms of the beadle sang. Through this quote, what Woolf was trying to mean is that Virginia Woolf was walking on a turf, not on the path. Only fellows and scholars are allowed to work on the turf. By the term fellow and scholars, Woolf meant that only the men of the society are allowed to enter in a university. Only the men are allowed to walk on the turf. Women are allowed, but they can walk on the grass. So they are not for the main purpose. So gravel is the place for her. Gravel is the two sides of a road where the stones are spreaded or grass grows. So this path was set by men or patriarchal society for women. So this path was set by men or patriarchal society for women, or a stereotypical path that women can't cross, or if they cross the path unconsciously, they will be reminded to walk not on the turf but on the path. This path restrained or restricted women to write literature or expressing their needs or emotions or thoughts. But some writers like Woolf, Austen, Marianne Evans, and many more, whose name we maybe don't know, they walked on the turf. And how they walked, they have to take a disguise. For example, we know that Marianne Evans take the name of George Eliot to write. So Woolf was trying to mean that how a woman cannot walk on the same path as a man to write. She have to take another name to write or to be equal like men. And although they were stopped by the society's prejudices, but still they managed to come here. So Woolf also mentions that it is easier to walk on the turf compared to walk on a path or gravel. Because for men there was no restrictions, because women are always considered as weak. For example, the character of Judith Shakespeare. If Woolf created this character only to show that what if Shakespeare has a sister who had the same equal talent like him, ends up like a normal girl but cannot become the Shakespeare because she was just a girl. Now, all of these are Woolf's creative use of metaphor to portray women's conditions or the problems that women faced at that time or before. Now, another quote is, but here, from page 7, but here I was actually at the door which leads into the library itself. I must have opened it, for instantly there issued like a guardian angel bearing the way with a flutter of black gown instead of white wings, a deprecating silvery kindly gentleman who regretted in a low voice as he waved me back that ladies are only admitted to the library if accompanied by a fellow of the college or furnished with a letter of introduction. So a black angel instead of white angel stopped her when she was walking towards the library to look at the manuscripts of the famous male writers. She is using the metaphor of black angel to represent her turn in contemporary society, which prevented women from working on literature unconsciously and sometimes consciously by setting boundaries or stereotypes. She says flattering black gown instead of white wings, which represent freedom far from any kind of restriction, but the angel is wearing a flattering black gown. The color of the gown is black and it is wingless, but still it is flattering, means that the society praises the restriction, not the freedom. So the angel is depicted as a kind gentleman who said in a sad or regretted voice that women are only allowed in the library if she is accompanied by a fellow scholar or a letter of introduction. Woolf uses lots of metaphors in her style of writing. Thank you for watching. If you have liked this video, please make sure to check the video of Judith Shakespeare and subscribe this channel.